Hello traders, in this video we will talk about the analysis for tomorrow, that is 6th July. So we'll start. Here I have the Nifty chart on the 15-minute. As I have posted this on the trading view, we can see that there are few possibilities here. The overall market remains bullish, it remains bullish and it should go higher. But there is a possibility here that there might be a correction. So as I have written, target remains for higher levels, but possibility of coming down. So there is a chance that we come down here slowly, take some time and then go to the higher levels. But there is a possibility here as well that we can tomorrow directly open gap up and then go up straight to the 10,750 levels. But there is also a possibility that we open gap down and we come down and then we go up. So it depends particularly on the market situation, what happens tomorrow. So we have to be careful. And as I posted on for 3 July trading setup, I said to go long above 10,600. But as you can see that there was no good breakout. These are just all small candles. No good breakout candle. So there was no opportunity to go long and the market just remained sideways. So we have to see what happens on Monday, tomorrow, and accordingly, if the market is gap up opening, comes back here, so take support from this yesterday's top levels, then we can go higher. But if it comes, if it opens lower, gets resistance from the 3 July support and starts to come down, then it can come down to the lower levels of 10,450 or 40, and then maybe there will be some accumulation here and then we start to go up. It actually depends completely on how the market will behave on Monday. So we have to be careful. My suggestion is still to go long, and if Nifty remains sideways, it is always better to trade in the stocks. For Bank Nifty has almost already done its correction, and it looks like that Bank Nifty can start to go up before Nifty, because as we can see that Nifty is just here and Bank Nifty has almost already done its correction. Now what we can do tomorrow is that if it is coming to the lower levels of 21,500 or 600, around that area, so we can build some long position here, place stop loss around the lower levels and then look for long for the targets of 22,150, and if we are carrying the position for few days, then to the upper levels of 23,000. So as of now, in case there is a gap up opening, above 22,000 and it comes to 22,000, takes support, starts to go up. This is also a long position area, and we can build position after it opens and then crosses its opening. Then there can be a long position. If the market opens directly in the buying area, we can build a position here and look for long. Now for Nifty, as we discussed yesterday on the technical analysis correction video, we went to the weekly or monthly time frame, and what we saw that there was a sharp correction, and now there is a big good possibility that we will accumulate in this area. So the accumulation can start now, and we might be in this range for quite some time. Maybe in this range, I think in the 11,000 to 10,000 range, maybe we can spend some good amount of time here, maybe a month. Not sure as of now, but it looks like it for by doing the analysis on the monthly chart, that maybe we have to spend some time. We cannot directly go up like this. There is a possibility then we can go directly like up like that, but the possibility of this is low, and the possibility of market spending some time sideways is higher. So we will bet on this, and my recommendation is always to work in stocks whenever the index levels are less volatile. Now we will discuss the stocks. I have already posted them on the trading view. So we'll start. First we have SAIL, Steel Authority, and This is the chart which I have posted. Now what this means, that if you remember yesterday from the correction video, we talked about that usually market will find a place to correct itself near the previous accumulation area. So as you can see, when the stock was falling from the upper levels, it fell, but in these two areas we had some small sideways movement, and these areas exactly are providing resistance to the stock, so it is using that for correction. But now as you can see that it has corrected once, tried to go back up, then came down again, and now it looked like that almost the correction is almost over, because as we discussed one more thing in the last video, that how to know when the correction is about to get over. We see that the volatility starts to get less. First we made these swings, but now we are in a smaller area, so if there is a breakout we can enter and look for the target. I have already put buy at the current market price, so if you are interested in buying this stock, you can buy at tomorrow's opening, keep the stop loss as given and keep the target as given. Now we have IOC. This is all these charts, as I mentioned in the Telegram as well, that the public sector stocks are looking that they can give a breakout tomorrow or day after, that the market will decide. But as looking them on the chart, they are almost ready for the breakout. Same here, that during the fall we had some accumulation here, so this was providing some selling pressure. The market used this to correct itself, and now the correction looks like to be almost over, so we can buy at the current price, place the stop loss given in the chart, and look for the target of ₹100, as it was previous support, so now will act as a resistance, and also 100 is a round number which also provides some resistance. Now we have SRF Limited, and this also the selling pressure is on the top area near 3950 levels, and we have been accumulated for quite some time. This almost looks like to be done, and we got a breakout, but then it came back, and I think this will continue, and we can see the targets of 3950. Stop loss will be kept at 3545 levels. BPCL, Bharat Petrol, and all these charts are similar, but the setup is good, so there is no point not taking these trades. And here we have accumulation in this area, which will provide resistance at 425. So this stock also is in a correction, and looks like that the correction is almost over, so we can buy at the current price, keep stop loss here, and look for the target of 425. ONGC. Now here we see that earlier the resistance of 78.75, as you can see, we got resistance here, we had resistance here, we had resistance, we had resistance, and then finally we got a breakout. We got a breakout in the volume as well, and finally this resistance became support, provided support, and looks like that the correction in this stock might be over as well. So we can buy at the current level, place the stop loss below the support, and go long. Look for the targets of 97, as this was earlier support, now it will act as a resistance. We have GAIL, and here we had two resistances. First resistance here, it provided support twice. Then we had a resistance at 94.75, around 95. Then this resistance acted as a support. Now we all are almost in the verge of a breakout. If you see this, then this looks like a ascending triangle. If I mark this with the red, I'll use pink. So if I mark this with the pink brush, then as you can see, this looks like to be ascending triangle, and we might have a breakout. Target will be the previous support, which will now act as a resistance. So we can look for the target of 117.50 and place the stop loss just below the 100 rupee area. Here we have INFRATEL, and as you can see that the resistance and the selling area, the accumulation is near the 250 levels, and Here we have almost taken out all the selling pressure, and the overall trend of the stock is bullish. The correction seems to be almost over, and we are getting a small breakout. So we can buy at the current levels, place a stop loss below, and look for the target of 250. IRCTC. This is what a correction looks like. If we do this same correction in Nifty, we will get the same chart, that we fall and the recovery is V-shape, and then we spend some time sideways, and finally when the correction is over, then we go up. If the correction is in the other phase, then we will have would have a correction like this, the horizontal correction, which can also be later continue in the downtrend. But here we had the correction of an initial V-shaped recovery, and then now we are accumulating here. So I think this accumulation can soon be over. And here we see that the stop loss can be placed below this support area. We will move to a smaller time frame. The stop loss can be placed below this support area, which is at 1320, and here we see a triangle forming. This will be the support as of now. 1375 will be the support, and if we get a breakout from here, the movement can continue for quite some time, because this resistance, there was a resistance here which has already been absorbed here, then more resistance have been absorbed here. As you can see, we get this candle, huge volume as well. So almost all this selling pressure is gone. Now if we start to move up, we can get a good momentum. So I've explained all the shares, that how, let me remove all this. So we will go to the 4-hour chart. As we see that we had a fall, and within the fall we get some accumulations. These accumulations become the places for the market to correct when it starts to move up. First we saw the correction took place here, and then one more correction, and now we are losing volatility. And whenever the volatility starts to get less, there is a good possibility of the breakout, and we place the stop loss below the accumulation zone, and our target is usually the next accumulation where the market will find resistance. And for Nifty and Bank Nifty, it is clear that the market can be sideways for some time, because on the longer time frame we have made a V-shaped recovery. So the chance of going it up like this is very low, and there is a high chance that we will accumulate here and take some time here and then move up. So if the market starts to get bullish on the 15-minute, that if we get a good breaching candle of the yesterday's high, then maybe a momentum can come up to 10,750 levels. But if it remains sideways or comes down, then it is good to trade in the stocks, as the stocks can continue moving. So this is it for the video, and if you have any doubt, you can leave it in the comments, and see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.